Back. This is Mishmash Gaming game day number 2. This is our third game of today. I am your host, Bubba Faves, here with Neil. And today we got a fantastic game, Saints Republic versus NCM.
Yes, we do. We're going to be going on to Coastline as our first map. Coastline, notoriously known for being a defender-sided map, a very heavily defender-sided map. Penthouse kind of working its way out of the meta, not as the number one pick as it used to be. Usually billiards are hookah, or billiards hookah, or
Kitchen is making its way.
Kitchen its way is making it in as well. And then also to Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar. So we're going to start off with the ban phase here.
Mira on the fence for sure.
Yeah, definitely we're going to see a Mira. I can't imagine we wouldn't see it, but we have been seeing some oddball bans coming from both sides. Yeah. We'll see what the first pick is coming from Not Cash Money. Oh, and by the way, the teams are Not Cash Money and what is it? Saints Republic. First one coming out, though, being the GIGN. GIGN not being a very... not too surprised by that. It's a pretty standard one. Thermite, though, being...
that hard breacher.
Hard breacher, but Coastline really isn't known for needing as much hard breaching. It's more or less just total sight clear. So, be interesting. Pulse, that's a pretty standard one. That's not surprising there either. That does take away any C4s, or at least one of the C4s underneath. Valkyrie is still capable of doing that. You can even do it with some callouts from an Echo. But it just makes it a little bit easier for the attackers. And Valkyrie going off the board. So, as mentioned before, that's a little bit less utility. So, you're going to have less intel on who's on site or who's in 90 or who might be anywhere else. So, interesting bans process. Not too surprised by it, though. That does seem like a pretty standard thing.
Yeah, so... Mira's back on the board, so that's going to make, put an advantage for some of the defenders. We're going to see the first take going to the hookah lounge and the billiards room, and they're going to be bringing a castle as well. Again, that's going to be very handy in slowing down those attackers. We're going to see the attackers a quick pick going on to, and they don't know yet.
No, it doesn't seem like
a buck. There it is. A buck. We got a buck. Fantastic. Again, because we're going to be looking at a lot of vertical destruction, which is why the Pulse was a fantastic operator to take off the board, because it's really hard to counter.
I'm noticing, too, a lot more castle play coming from Coastline. He seems to kind of work his way into the meta, at least on Coastline. It does deny a lot of access from, let's say, Circle Couch, or even over by 90. It does allow you to have kind of complete control of that, and it does slow down the rotations of any attackers going for the flank push or anything like that. But other than that, though, a pretty standard composition coming from both sides. We have the Legion and Dock, so you do have the ACOGs on the board, and the sight or the push denial coming from the Legion.
Yeah. As
well as we have the Jackal and the Buck and the Ash. So we're going to have the soft breach ability of the Buck and the Ash, and especially with that R4C. Even the lack thereof, ACOG is still a very powerful weapon in the right hands. And then the rolling denial of the Jackal. But Jackal not taking out the default cam, so a little interesting there.
You see a run out coming from Euro, trying to get some easy picks as he drops down and gets himself an easy kill onto Cheese Robo.
Cheese Robo, Cheese Robo getting cheesed on. He's being caught on his drone, the Doc having the run out there, but not to no success. Is he going to take out the Ash? That's Battle
Narwhal.
Narwhal, actually, I don't think we said we were going to call him Narwhal, just to make it a little bit easier. But Narwhal taking him out, and that's your Doc off the board. Able to take out Ote, and then again taking out Toothless.
So gets that kill. I was expecting Toothless to get a frag onto her. He had the advantage. Toothless landed no shots.
He did do some damage, but he wasn't able to finish. slower fire rate, just not able to compete with the bonus gun. And just like that, we're down to a 4v2 with the Bandit and the Legion. Running iron sights on the Bandit, smart move. It's probably one of the best iron sights in the game, and it's actually probably up there with having a hollow sight on your weapon, just because there's no magnification on those sights. You do have a clear line of sight on the enemy, and with very little intrusion from the iron sight. But running down to a minute here, attackers seem to have slowed down a little bit, not able to land the shots as Phantom. And just like that, we're going to have Narwhal punishing them with that Ash, the R4C.
This is going to bring us to a 4v1 with a full minute left. The attackers playing smart, methodical, holding their angle as Gio's going to go for a kill, though. But Carson instead is going to take him out with Buck's gun. That's going to land the first round in favor of the attackers.
A very good round. Again, systematically taking out the defenders. It's just a solid push coming from the attackers.
Yeah, no cash money had the benefit of the Velt cams early on. They got that nice and early pick. But again, Saints Republic entered the building so quickly, any of those outside cams didn't have any use after that point, and they're able to, I'm not sure how much they even droned, but they just seemed to go, they just kind of won some gunfights, one to the next, and just moved their way up. Even though that NCM had some advantages, they had some of the first shots, but they just couldn't land some of those kills.
Yeah, it was just, again, they did clear out their not even just the roamers. They started off strong, but just not able to capitalize, and then the attackers did finish them off quite quickly. But we're going to be going down here into the kitchen area, so hopefully they can kind of regroup and figure things out. But we are bringing an Echo onto the board and the Maestro, so we're going to have the double intel coming from there, and that Alda's going to come back. That Alda's been pretty powerful. We're going to see an Elo with the FO12. That's a very powerful shotgun with the magazine fed, so quick-ish reload. It does have some good punch to it. And on that 3-speed, you can definitely do some damage with it. So we're going to see how she utilizes this.
Yeah, I assume that she looks like she's setting herself up to take control of the top floor to roam around a little bit. Again, this is very similar to Border, where there's a lot of vertical destruction, and it can really play to who's going to win the round is who can take control vertically. So we're going to see Toothless taking control up here. And again, when you hold in the kitchen, it's vital to have that Echo as well as that Maestro to kind of hold off against, we see them bringing a Montaigne, that Montaigne push that we get right in front of that door, right beside the desk. It's so easy for the attackers to go there, so you need something to stop that, and that's what exactly we're going to be seeing, both the Echo and the Maestro for that purpose.
Yeah, we're going to see that, and again, like you said before, we're going to see this Monty coming on the board, so it's pretty typical push. We know where they're going to be coming from. They're going to be coming over there by the shipping entrance as well. So it's a very predictable push, and especially with the setup that they have on defense, with the Maestro, the Echo, and even the Legion, the LA. We're going to see how they have to react to this, because that's a lot of utility just to stop them to push there. But this could easily work for them. But Ella is able to take out most of those. Able to take out most of those, but not able to keep herself alive long enough. And just like that, we're getting pushed off by Susano. Taking out the Ella, and also the GIGN getting moved off the board too by the Thatcher. And Echo, he's just missing his shots. His Phantom not able to punish that Thatcher. And Monty's making his way into the objective now. And just like that, they have control of the site. But can they capitalize on it? That is the question.
This is going to put the defenders in a really tight position. They really need someone to rotate right now to get behind, because, again, they have site control and they have that Montaigne, and it is going to make it a lot easier for them to plant. As we can see, Echo already preparing himself to stop a plant. None was going down. Barely just missing the Montaigne right there, as we're going to see a kill from Gio going on to Eclipse. We are bringing us up to a 4v2 as Battle Narwhal is going to get a kill of its own with 1 minute left. Still plenty of time, but only 2 defenders.
the two defenders, though, but you do have the Echo and Legion, and that's a lot of utility to slow down these attackers, especially with the goo mines. You'll get full access or full ability to know where they are and where they're pushing, and especially with that Legion 2 able to just do any plant analysis and slow them down. And right now, we do have Legion able to down them, and Geo, like, just like that, taking and bring that back to a 2v2, and the Montaigne at half health being taken out by Geo again, and now it's down to a 2v1, going for the plant, and Geo finishing off the Habana. Nice hold coming from Not Cash Money.
A fantastic defense. Like, again, that's they got picked off pretty quickly. There's some nice kills from the attackers, but they played strong, and they had the two defenders that they needed to flip over the tide. They, again, like you just said, the Echo, that gives them the information of where they are, and that was able to stop the plant, a vital part of stopping these attackers. If you didn't have an Echo, that plant would have went down, and I bet you the attackers, they would just have to hold some angles, and they would have won that. But no, they had the Echo, they had the Legion. They were able to work together and pick off the attackers one by communicating. A fantastic defense.
Yeah, fantastic defense. Very good communication coming from that side. Again, I would say even from both sides. The attackers did have it. It's just, again, it just fell apart at the end there. So we're going to see where they go next. We're going to be going over to hookah and billiard. So again, this one is a pretty standard hold. They weren't able to keep it last time. So they seem to have brought a different composition, though. So they are kind of ready to hold it in a different way. Bringing the mute, denying any drone access. The Legion, again, making his way on the board. Legion always being so useful. And the Castle, again, trying to cut off some rotations, but maybe he uses his utility in a little bit.
Yeah, like the Castle wall to stop from just the easy line of sight from Aquarium that we see into A. That's vital. That's just enough to kind of slow the attackers down if you need to for any other rotations. And again, there's some strategies that if they make a push from there, you can get someone just swinging on that balcony. And that's a huge angle that they can cut off onto the B site, because normally you have some wall open on the B site. So yeah, vital use of the Castle, and you can see that they switched off for the dock and made use of the mute. And again, good option. Stop that information.
Yep, and also the mute is bringing the shotgun and the SMG-11. So there's a little bit of sight destruction, able to create a little bit of rotation, a few more sight holes. And even some sight lines as well to hold some tricky angles. And as long as he can keep that SMG-11 under control, he is he's definitely a deadly operator and one to reckon with. So we're going to have to wait and see what they do here, but we're going to start off things a little bit slower than we have before. They're going to just be a little bit more cautious and a little bit more meticulous, but as you can see here, Toothless being droned out over here in Penthouse, and now they know, and now the attackers are going to slowly pinch them and just trying to peek some shots in there and pick them off, but Toothless is long gone. But we have Narwhal down here in Blue Bar, trying to take control, and again we have Chase Rob up here, just trying to clear out any roamers and take control of upstairs 90. And again, we're at a minute 52, so a little bit over a minute has passed, and we still have 5 operators on the board, so that's a good start.
Yeah, Saints Republic is doing a good job to try to narrow down these roamers, clear them out before they continue their push. They still have some time now, as we can see Carson taking down the first one, Euro, as we get our first kill on the board. That's one of the roamers, that's the bandit gone, but we can see Giro just waiting on top of these stairs to see if he can get his hold on some feet, as Chase takes down another. That's going to be the Castle going down. Geo is going to take one of his own onto Narwhal. A minute 15 left, some picks getting taken, but once these roamers are out of the way, then the attackers are able to concentrate and get this full attack going.
Yeah, and it does seem like they're having a good little push here. I know the attackers they seem to be slowing down again. The defenders are picking off one by one, so we're going to have to wait and see where we go from here.
We saw the Habana already opening up a little bit on Aquarium, I think it was. You can see that far being opened up. That's either Habana or a preset defense destruction. I'm not 100% sure. Could be rotation, but if it's rotation, it's smart, because that's enough to kind of slow down any attacker trying to make his way in. It's hard to kind of get an angle on that. So we can see Too Easy already kind of a little bit injured, but all he has to do is pull back now and wait for the attackers to push in. They have the advantage of time.
And I am surprised, though, there is no smoke on this site. This is very prevalent to have a smoke.
Yeah.
Especially with that, you can glitchly smoke through the one corner over by the lounge area by billiards, and a nice shot from Geo taking care of Chase, and just like that, Carson with the refrag though with the F2, and Eclipse taking him out too, and Eclipse with a 2-piece at the end, very nice clear of the defenders and dispatching of any hold that they may have on the site.
That's definitely come in and win those gun battles. The defense had the advantage. Yeah.
But even with that though, he did do a very good clear for the defense, and again, we're gonna have the alibi being 6 picked onto the Vigil, which is an interesting pick. Vigil again being one of the more strong operators, and now that he's just been buffed a little bit with counter to Lion, he's been reworked. Definitely gonna see a little bit more play from him. So we are going to be going to see our first bar defense though. Pretty surprised they're not bringing a Montaigne. You can still run a Montaigne on this site, especially if you're coming from Sunrise Bar.
I don't think they were expecting this site. Otherwise, I'm sure you would bring a Montaigne, because we saw them bring it last time for that kitchen take. So it's something that they go to.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I'm feeling they just caught him off guard, especially with bringing that Dokkaebi. They were definitely going to try to think about upstairs clear, possibly, or even going to penthouse, so therefore they can clear 90 or anything like that. But even then, though, you're still going to have use of the Dokkaebi and the Twitch and even the IQ. If the Dokkaebi and the Twitch the IQ and the Dokkaebi work together, you can at least see who's on their phone and make an appropriate push when necessary.
Well, the IQ is vital for those Echo drones, because that's what stopped them for that kitchen push. So if IQ is able to take down those drones, that's going to be a huge advantage for the attackers. And we can see here on the defenders that smoke being brought finally to the table. That's going to also assist them if they go for that corner plant.
Yes, it's going to help them with that. And the Vigil here is too easy. It's just trying to catch a peek of the Twitch. Able to at least evade any detection from him, or at least lack thereof. But what a quick run out from Toothless on the Jaeger. And that's your Cabana gun. That's your hard breach. And very quick again. That's also the diffuser. So now they have to figure out a way back out, and too easy getting rid of it. And Toothless again onto Eclipse. And IQ with another frag onto Toothless. So just like that, refrag, but too little, too late. Narwhal has to try and clear out this back luggage room and get diffuser, and then get back into sight while being approached by 2 defenders. And
my question is, how are they so surprised? You can see a lot of drones going out. Was there no communication? Did they not drone well enough? Because 2 different instances, the attackers were one outside that window, one outside that wall. Now, mind you, the one opened up the door before he threw his drone in, which was his mistake, made it easier to get run out on. But before you swing in on the window, yeah, the Vigil was using his ability. But if you're not 100% sure, you're all by yourself. You just kind of swing in there, and that's a common place for a Vigil to sit.
Yeah, it is. And another thing too is what I see in there is one of the Dokkaebi hacks went out, but I'm not too sure when the first one went out. So there's it could have gone out a little late, probably for the first frag. Oh, it looks like here though, Narwhal picking off one, but not noticing that there's 2 there, and could get punished later on down the line and pushing up through 90. Now it's with 45 seconds left. They're going to be scrambling, trying to figure out how they're going to be getting these bomb sites. But with a smoke on the board, and a Vigil, and an Echo, it's looking like it's going to be a very difficult task, if not impossible. So, we have 2 easy down here by Lobby, and he's going to he takes out the IQ of Narwhal and down to a 1v3, just down to the Dokkaebi with no hacks, no logic bombs left, but she does have 2 smokes, and she catches the Vigil with Rotate, able to take out that DMR. With 11 seconds left, though, she has to push, but those smoke grenades out, it's going to make it awfully difficult. And just like that, she's probably just going to might as well just save the KD, wait till the next round, and just figure out what they're going to do then.
Oh, almost making that plant down.
Almost. Too little, too late, but solid attempt nonetheless. But solid hold coming from Cash Money.
Yeah, this round the attackers got caught off guard way too many times. That's how they died, is they didn't know where the defenders were. I don't know, were their drones destroyed really early on? I'm not 100%
I feel like
sure.
It's bad drone economy. I feel like they're dropping in and they're getting picked off, and they throw in the next drone shortly after, and it gets picked off, and then I don't think there's enough drone economy going on for them to have that intel to know where the rest of them are.
Yeah, and then they just ended up, whatever attackers were left were kind of scattered, and they were all kind of by themselves, and everything came down to a 1v1. Now, I really like the fact that, don't remember who was playing that doc, but I know Too Easy playing that Vigil was down below, and he got that health bar back up full before that doc got picked off.
Yeah,
he served his purpose. Now he's dead.
Supposed to do. He came in, kept the Vigil alive long enough, so go from there. But we're going back to the kitchen, and we're going to see a Montaigne come back out again, and we're going to see the Legion, the Echo, and Maestro, the triple team that generally can hold this entire room by themselves. And other than that, though.
Yeah, and so this is the same defense setup now. Instead of the Vigil, last time they had the Ella, who ended up dying a little bit trying to take down those Hibana charges. Just took a little bit too long as Hibana peeked him. So we'll see if Vigil does a little bit better job. We already see Team Too Easy kind of rack up some kills last round, so it might work to his advantage. But we have IQ on the attack, and that's what really stopped this them from winning last time. So it might be a whole different round.
I believe it will be. Again, they seem to be adapting well. Mistakes from last rounds don't seem to be being duplicated, but then with one mistake, they uncover another one. So it seems like they're adapting as they go along, but it is a positive thing, because it is still a 2-2 game. And it does look like Susano is just going to be running. Oh, he's going to be running the Reflex on the Type 89, which is an interesting. It just means, it most likely means he's going to be more of pushing for a fragger role, rather than just a strictly support, get the hatches open, and then you're good, and then your job is done. So, it'll be, I think it'd be nice to see a fragging Hibana. You don't see it too often, but Toothless putting some damage down onto that Hibana, so.
Taking some damage on his own. You can see that they are doing their best to drone out. Another drone is off the board, though, as he killed it before he left away. Too Easy with another kill onto Battle. That's going to take down the IQ. That's going to be a fantastic advantage.
Yeah, and there we go. We got your on to Eclipse with the Alda. And down again, just that defense is just putting a stop to any push that these attackers might have. That Alda doing work, and Gian able to finish him off, but Too Easy with the Vigil. A nice mouse skin. I will commend him for the nice mouse skin. Finishing off the round. Being a pain as a roamer is the Vigil.
Again, another example of the attack just kind of falling apart, and it's hard. I'm trying to find the structure to their attack and figure out what strategy they're using, but again, losing some attack. They're doing the very start looks like what you're supposed to do, take care of the top floor roamers when you want that vertical gameplay, but then all of a sudden I see one attacker here, one attacker over there. That Montaigne, maybe he wasn't always by himself, but Montaigne should never be by himself.
No, Montaigne should never. He's not really as used. What I'm thinking is what was happening, using the gunfights, therefore they had to switch positions to cover those roles, but they were falling off those roles so quickly, they got pulled out of their, out of where they should be, been caught in rotations, being caught out of place, and the defenders are just there to, catch them off guard, really.
Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing a fantastic roam game coming from NCM, as we can see. Too Easy kind of heading up this roam game right now, but we also know that the site anchors are no slouches themselves, as we've seen them pull off that amazing kitchen defense. So we got a powerful team, and we know Saints Republic themselves, they're a fantastic team themselves, so we're going to see a back and forth this whole time.
Yeah, this is going to either end in a draw, or it's just going to be It's not going to be like the last two games where it's a 7-3. It's going to be a little less decisive. It's probably going to come down to who makes more mistakes, and there hasn't been a lot of mistakes. There's just been minor mishaps that have not really cost the round, but just, it just leads to the round leaning one way rather than the other. So we're going to have Phantom J kind of chilling in penthouse, waiting for any rotations coming from the Thatcher. Again, we're also going to have Carson up top with the Buck. So he's probably going to be pushing close to Hookah, trying to get those frag grenades in there, taking care of any goo mines, or maybe even the castle wall, or even an echo. So those frag grenades can definitely do a lot of damage, take out a lot of utility. They seem to be trying to figure out where they want to push from first, as a couple of them are on the roof. This is generally a means of how are we going to push in and where we're going to push in. Most likely, your best bet is to try to push in through Penthouse or Hall of Fame and take control of Circle Couch and just clear out anybody that way so you can take control of both rooms at once. Phantom will get pinched here, though.
Now, one thing I've noticed that they can improve on that I've been seeing as we get Phantom just can't. Oh, he does land his shots. Bring us up to a 3v5. That's going to be a Habana and Thatcher, and then all of a sudden, Phantom himself is going to drop. But a minute 30 left, he's kind of done his job. He's held off the top floor. Well, one thing I've noticed from the attackers so far is I can barely talk because the kills keep getting racked up right now. 2 attackers left, but we're going to even that out a little bit.
Euro coming up here with the Alda. He's going to try and take care of the IQ, and he does get the hit. Now is the Buck on very little HP, but Jean able to take out Carson. And a very quick round, quick pace. Defenders were able to be in the right spots at the right time, just land those gunfights.
Super aggressive, and once they knew the attackers were, it looks like if one defender went down, another one was like running up to take his place.
Odd roam clear. I wouldn't say there was anything wrong with it. They tried to pinch out the defender upstairs, which was the bandit, but it just seems like the defenders were ready for the refrag. So once one fell, another one was there to get the refrag, but there was no refragging coming from the attacker's side. So at that point, after Bandit fell, the defenders had the clear advantage because they got the immediate refrag onto the 2 attackers trying to push in through Penthouse. So again, we're gonna see not Cash Money kind of jump up to a 4-2 lead.
I'm going to give one critique on the attack, though. So what I've noticed now is that they're doing a lot of droning at the beginning, but everybody's on the drone. The problem with that, so you have to drone people in. The reason is everyone being on their drone, they're like, oh, okay, we have Jaeger or something in this room. But now you're getting off your drone and trying to enter, and boom, he's gone. So you have to drone people in so that information is just seconds away from someone pushing in, so they can actually react to it instead of just knowing that someone's roaming around. You spotted him once, but now that you're opening up a door, he could literally be anywhere, and that's where they're getting picked apart.
Yep, they're just not they're not carelessly droning, but they're not taking advantage of how of having those extra eyes and having the gunner right behind them. So. Yeah, lesson learned, hopefully. They are going to be holding top floor again, and this time we're going to be seeing the Capital coming with the M249 Saw with the new ACOG.
We're switched now, so...
Oh, yes, sir. We just switched.
Yes.
Well,
yeah, it happens fast, eh?
It happens fast, so we are going to have not Cash Money on attack now. Looks like they're going to be going in through Penthouse, but we are going to have Chase Rob over here in Projector Room, ready to cut off any rotations coming from the attackers, and we're going to have the Ella over here on White Stairs being kind of watched over by the Echo drone, being her eyes, so therefore she doesn't preemptively peek anything. We're going to have Toothless open up the back wall here too, and we're going to try and get somebody through Hookah. So it does look like they do have an idea of go, but take out that Ella over there on steps, so that's a little bit more utility gone, and that's your Scorpion, so you're dropping a little bit of fire rate, but Eclipse with the refrag onto Phantom, and that's your Ash off the board. Interesting. So, back down to a 4v4 with a minute 40 left.
We can see some good droning Chase already kind of getting rotation right here, he's going to win the battle against Euro. And that is the...
That was the... Wait. Okay, sorry, that was the Dokkaebi gone. Took out the Dokkaebi.
Right, because the Ash went down earlier. So now we see Capitao die right after he's going to send off a Firebolt. That's too easy off the map. That's one of their main fraggers. Gone. 1:15 left. Another kill. Eclipse is going to finish off GIGN, and that's a 4v1. This is looking really good for Saints Republic.
Eclipse was blending in with the aquarium there. Actually, I'm surprised I didn't even see him until the last second there. So that's a very impressive spot for him to be in. But Toothless not able to hit the shots, and Chase Rob finishing him off. Solid hold coming from Saints Republic, and they're going to try and bring this one back on the defense now.
Yeah, they're keeping themselves in the game, and they're doing a good job.
Yeah, they are. There was a solid hold again. They just not a heavy roam, but it paid off. Right?
is the bigger fragger. GIGN's been getting more kills. I kind of stated that Too Easy was doing a good job, wasting a lot of time, but I guess GIGN is the one that's been getting those frags.
Too Easy's been there for the roams. He's been very heavy, just punishing him for that. I wouldn't say he's a main fragger, but he's definitely...
I think GIGN's been trading off Too Easy quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing, right? So they're going to be 6-picking from a Fuse over to a Hibana. It's just a mind game tactic there, just so they don't think that they're going to be doing the main push. They're going to have probably... I can imagine that they probably saw through that 6-pick.
I think, because you're bringing a hard breacher, especially Hibana. Like, you're... It's one of those things where, looking at the sites, granted, you could still have a Fuse do at least a little bit of work here, but Fuse is generally not the operator you want to pick on this kind of map. You want to have a little bit more hard breach ability, and then also, with the firepower of the Type 89. Granted, Fuse's gun is technically the best in the game. The AK-12 having one of the best fire rates to recoil to DPS rates. Yeah, but if you're gonna bring an LMG, you're gonna bring Capitao. He's got better utility. If you're bringing the shield, like bring Fuse with the shield, no, you're gonna bring Montaigne. So,
and then even then though, if you particular LMG, you're going to be bringing it on Finka just because at that point you get the recoil reduction and the ADS time increase, right? So, pretty obvious 6-pick, I can imagine. So,
just for the sake of 6-picking, but
it is a nice thing to do. But again, you never know. They might be more cautious now, thinking that they're going to be pushing up top, where in reality they're going to be doing more direct push. But it does look like they're going to try and take control of top floor here.
They are getting some drones out. We do have Chase kind of watching himself on the white stairs. Getting droned out right now. We see 1 drone, 2 drone in the same spot. Slowly pushing up again. I would have liked to see... Why would you have 2 drones, one after another? Again, one went down, the other went down. A little bit of that drone economy. Chase gets his pick onto Too Easy on top of those white stairs. Continues holding it off. This is going to hold back the attackers a little bit. Phantom with a kill of his own onto Ichi.
Yeah, he's able to punish him for that, being in circle couch, and takes full control of that. Looks like right now we are back down to a 4v4, but the camera is going to take it out in 90 hallway, but it did look like we have a couple people there. Yeah, Chase is right around the corner from that Hibana. Just waiting for him to peek out, not able to land the shots. Chase taking a lot of damage though, so he's going to get out of try and catch regroup a little bit, but he's cut off immediately. But
beautiful positioning.
Yeah, that's what you do, right? You corner the defenders, you get the roamers out, and you get them rotating into somebody who's literally waiting right there.
Yeah,
so it's a very impressive play coming out from them. And with a minute left, you do seem to have the upper hand with the IQ Twitch, Jackal, and Hibana on the board. And all they have really for denial is Smoke and the Maestro, but with that Alda still on the board, it is still going to be an uphill battle.
It's
trying to peek through hit wall bang through the floor there.
Yeah, some marks coming out, but yeah, again, you do have the defenders that if you're gonna, kind of clutch this last second defense, you got the right ones. Though that kind of wall rotation is gonna make it a little bit harder, as we're gonna see Eclipse fall, but we're gonna see those smokes going out as another kill goes on to Carson. as Yuri's going to push in. Battle Narwhal still holding this position. We can see the plant going down. Shots just missing around his head as he finally lands to Yuri. It's going to bring them down to a 1v3, but now he's fighting against time of the bomb.
Yeah, the diffuser going down and just trying to slowly pick up and figure out where he wants to go. Brought down the health of that, and he just hits a shot on Toothless. And it's just down to a 2v1, and he can bust us if he's not, or if he's a little bit more careful. They're not holding the angles that they should be, but the castle wall is going to make his life a little bit more difficult. Checking 90, he's running out of time. He's going to try and have to push through here, and no, just like that, Jean able to cap him off at the end there. IQ, just holding the angles, like I said. Some castle in the right hands can definitely slow down pushes, but at the same time, he could be a complete detriment to your team. And I feel like right there, that's where he needed to have that door open to get that angle onto there. So
yeah, exactly.
Nice try though. Very good attempt for the clutch there.
Yeah, I commend Battle Narwhal for the attempt of the retake and playing it exactly how he or she should be.
Let's not go down that road again.
Down, I think, extremely outnumbered, just waiting for that aggression, and that aggression came from Euro. He was able to get the kill on Euro, waiting for someone else. That didn't happen. So trying to catch his corners, he was able to get one more pick, but then again, coming through that broken door, that hard 90 left, you're just not looking at that because there's so many other places to look at, and that's where his try ended.
Yeah, so again, nice attempt, but to no avail.
Yeah.
To a 5v3 now, 4. If I'm not mistaken, it is... Yeah, it's a 5-3.
5v3, yeah.
For cash money, so going back down to kitchen here. Pretty standard take again, but this time we do not have them. So, be interesting of where they want to attack. It does look like they're probably going to try and go kitchen side rather than service entrance side. So, we'll have to wait and see how this goes. But just opening up the sight lines to make sure that they can get some cheeky peeks onto the attackers here. And,
I like the way that Saints Republic is using that Habana to open up some of those big angles that from the walls within the courtyard. Some of those big long walls, and that makes it a lot harder for those defenders to rotate. And I just like the way that they use those long rotations.
Yeah, Chase Rob using an interesting angle, using a drone hole. Away a little bit of the floorboards, get a nice little angle on that downstairs hallway by bathroom. So interesting angle. Hopefully he can get to use that and utilize it properly. And IQ is just trying to detect if there's anybody down there or any gadgets down there that might help him out. Bandit running around with a battery.
Apparently, it's the new OP trick is to just run up and electrocute them with the battery.
Yeah, well, when you do as many drugs as Bandit, do some weird things. But Chase able to cut off anybody dropping through the bathroom and hit clips with another frag onto Yurko. So down to a 5v3 now. And it's 5v2. Chase holding down Penthouse.
A fantastic kill. They dropped down there. And did they not know he was there? But again, the IQ trying to take down that yokai drone. And then as she's sitting there, Chase just comes from the back and just shoots her through the wall.
Yeah, and there was no pinch either.
No.
They weren't able to figure out where he was. And, Chase not able to finish off that kill, but doing a little bit of damage, at least to Phantom. And they're finally able to get rid of the roamer upstairs, and two of this is holding white stairs to prevent anybody from flanking up and trying to get them. But again, they've lost so much utility. That's your Twitch drone, your Ash, and your IQ. Band is still trying to get some kills with this battery.
Jackal just holding that angle, and that's kind of exactly where that bandit is, so we'll see.
Bandit being patient, though, waiting for him to push, wait for them to push him.
But
as he hasn't walked around into anywhere upstairs, his footsteps, and they won't know he's there. But with 58 seconds left, they really have to kind of put the pedal to the metal and try and figure out where these guys are, trying to even the playing field a little bit.
So we can see Phantom already droning out for Toothless. Going in for a rush. That yokai drone already spotting him out. He's going to turn his back to Bandit as he's going to go for a kill. Battle takes down Phantom, and he's going to take down Toothless with his little charge pack.
Yeah, battery OP, please nerf. But Narwhal just uncontested over by reception desk, and the Habana droned down the stairs to make sure it was clear.
Yeah,
but the Jackal didn't push, so that they should. You could have cleared out reception, at least known where the bandit was.
I don't even know if she actually found the bandit, which is why she just kind of in
but
there.
You could have had the Jackal. If Jackal was behind it, you're less worried about figuring out where they are, and more or less just being being the vision in front of the person who is pushing. So therefore, you can check the angles that they're not looking, right? So if he was looking at the bathroom doorway, the drone would have already been going necessarily to security office. Yeah. So that was just. I feel like that was a big misstep there. That's like we said. This game is not going to come down to like pure gunplay. It's going to come down to who makes the biggest mistake. Because at this point, these teams are very, very equal, and like the little mistakes like that can definitely be what costs you the game, or even the round, or vice versa, whatever it might be. But that can definitely cost you in the long run.
Yeah, and that round was lost through droning, because we saw a bunch of people drop the bathroom, and that's literally just a bottleneck. You can't really escape, and Carson just had his way, just picked apart a few of them before he got taken down, but at that point, boom, time's gone, and you're down some major attackers.
Yeah, and also a major thing, too, they had pinching. I was like, there's nobody to pinch him. You could have had somebody on the window, and they would have seen exactly where he was behind that half wall.
Yeah. Yeah, that window, maybe someone on the window of white stairs, but you need, like, another area so that it's not everyone trying to push from one spot.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's on the roof just trying to get some angles into aquarium and over by way. It does look like they might know somebody's over here by the penthouse, as Chase Rob has been known to be, roaming around here for the last couple of rounds to make sure that cut off any rotations, but might just be baiting them in again and through the bathroom. Again, could backfire very badly for them, but Chase Rob knows that he's out here. He's not able to capitalize onto TZ. And again, Yurko able to get a frag as well onto Carson. So the attackers have adapted, and then they kind of understand where these defenders are hiding and what they're trying to do, and they're countering it quite well. And just like that, we have Euro able to take control of. Is not able to hit the shots onto the dock, and there we just have Narwhal able to get another kill. So that is your Ash and your Jackal gone. So
3v3, a minute and a half left. The attackers doing a much better job progressively droning and pushing continuously, and this is the result. We're gonna be able to pick off these defenders that we see right now. Narwhal now off the board, as they're just slowly pinching and pushing, and they're finally able to get rid of that dock and win that round. They changed up their strat, they droned way better, and they pushed with their drones, and this is the result. This is exactly how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, this is just what they needed. Again, they read into how the defenders have been kind of doing the same thing. You have roughly the same people doing holding in the same areas, penthouse being one of them, just because it is a choke point. And they did this last time, and they were unsuccessful. This time they read into it. They knew somebody was going to be around, and they pinched accordingly, right? They came from 90 Holloway, took them out through the projector, and then they had full control of that side of the map. And from there, they were able to push over by luggage hold, and able to push through 90, and just able to pick apart the defenders, and another big thing too is they're winning those gunfights. They weren't winning the gunfights before; they are now. There's a clear example, or the best possible example, of if something doesn't work, adapt, change it. Yeah, there you go. You'll succeed.
Yeah, and that's being able to adapt and change. That's what's going to get you to win. You want first place in the league, you have to be able to adapt and change. That's what's going to separate you from another team that just has strats and can't adapt and change. It's
exactly right.
It's a huge difference.
It is a big thing. I know with our team we're definitely trying to experiment with strats and all that stuff. So, but you have to learn to adapt. And if you can't adapt, you'll get overcome and totally walked over by higher end teams that understand how the meta goes and understand that not every time it's not going to work every time, and if it works once, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work again.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we are going to go to bar though. Nothing too crazy happening here. Just bringing that castle again. They did seem to castle off that one doorway as they did last time, so that might backfire again. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll see, yeah, but this is going to bring NCM into a match point, so there's going to be a lot of pressure on Saints Republic in this round.
Mm-hmm. And especially because Saints Republic they've been doing well. Like we said, they have adapted slightly, but a little bit of wasted utility. I feel like he missed the door and he used both his impact grenades, and those castle doorways are just going to stay up. But Gian able to get the first frag onto the bandit, and then there's also another frag onto the castle, and Chase Rob just allowed to be rope stairs again, not watched in those corners, taking out the Habana. So there's your hard breach gone completely.
Yeah, now we're bringing it to 2 minutes, and again, the attackers are going to have a little bit of control of this top floor and a little bit of this vertical play. Too Easy going to slowly make his way through as Euro himself is going to take down Battle Narwhal. We're going to have 2 other consecutive kills. That's going to bring the attackers. That's going to give NCM the win over top of Saints Republic. A fantastic game. Both these teams were well balanced and a good match to watch.
It was very good. It was a little bit Saints Republic just not able to adapt as quickly. They were adapting, it's just a little bit later into the game, and at that point it was a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Coastline, a very difficult map to gauge, especially you get teams that are either really good at it or really they need a little bit of work with that. So all in all, good game. GG's to both teams. But that will conclude our games for tonight. Hopefully you all enjoyed. We'll be back again next Wednesday. Just stay tuned. You can follow me or Bubba Fabes on the Twitters at Bubba Fabes at Bubba Fabes. What is your Twitter handle?
At Bubba Fabes.
There we go. At Bubba Fabes. Pretty directly to the point. And you can follow me on Twitter at NGerby. And don't forget to follow MishMash Gaming on Twitter as well.
And click that follow button here on Twitch, as well as get yourself the notifications whenever we go live, so you guys can get all the most recent best gameplay here on MishMash Gaming.
Yes, I almost forgot to mention that. I've been up for a long time. So, thanks for coming out, guys. I'll enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you next time.
This is the emergency broadcast system. The CDC is advising that you stay in your home. We shall walk.